I need to deal with this now, or we'll never get across.
Duca!
The movie begins with a powerful speech by Ronald Reagan playing on television, and he talks about how East and West do not trust each other, asking Mikhail Gorbachev to tear down the wall. At the same time, we are introduced to a spy named James, who is an MI6 agent, and he is running away because a dangerous assassin named Yuri Bakhtin is chasing him.
How did you find me?
Maybe you're not as good at this spy as you think.
It was Satchel, wasn't it? Satchel gave me up. I always thought if I got tagged, it would be by the best.
Sticks and stones, Jimmy.
After this, the scene shifts to the MI6 office, where the head of the agency calls an agent named Lorraine, and the officials want to know everything that happened in Berlin. Inside the room are senior intelligence officers, including Eric Gray from the British side and Emmett Kurtzfeld from the Central Intelligence Agency. But Lorraine is not happy that the CIA officer is present because she believes some information should not be shared with them.
May I formally request that Mr. Kurtzfeld be removed from the debriefing?
Request denied. Lorraine, you are the subject of this debriefing.
I'm here with the full executive authority of Langley. Could it make you more comfortable? I could stand behind the mirror with everybody else, but it's a little crowded.
Berlin, what happened?
Berlin.
Just going over your file. I see your Russian is excellent. You're an expert in escape and evasion. It's an impressive set of skills. How well do you know James Gascoigne?
We work together in
He's dead. Gascoigne was killed last night on a mission in Berlin.
West German police fished his body out of the Spree this morning, and a coroner extracted a 7.62 Tokarev round. Yesterday, Gascoigne met with a Stasi officer, codenamed Spyglass. We promised Spyglass immunity in exchange for a document on microfilm, codenamed The List.
Hidden in a Swiss watch, no less.
The list contains every active clandestine officer, all their shady deals. It's an atomic bomb of information that could extend the Cold War for another 40 years. And we believe the man that killed Gascoigne now has it. Our sources point to Yuri Bakhtin, KGB hatchet man with more than a dozen confirmed kills.
So you want me in Moscow?
No. Bakhtin never got on the flight, so he's still in Berlin, along with the list.
David Percival.
Who's Percival?
He's our #1 in Berlin. He's your point of contact now.
Straight from the tit of the Virgin Mary.
He has become somewhat careless and indulgent, and one day he crosses from West Berlin into East Berlin and attends a party. At this party, he meets a man called Spyglass, as Spyglass is the person who originally gave the list to James, and David asks him about the list, but Spyglass explains that he already handed it over to James the previous night, and since James has now been killed, the list is missing, and no one knows where it is.
I'll be in touch.
Guten Abend, Leute. Guten Abend. Dokumente. Oh, shit.
Mr. Passwell was running late. He sent me to pick you up.
It's a remarkable time to be here. You remember Mr. Bremovich, don't you? Of course you do. Well, he's very curious what you're doing here in Berlin.
Welcome to Berlin.
They knew my name.
That's troubling.
And yours.
Hardly surprising.
So what was your first impression?
He was handsome.
You want to touch it? It's the Blendin in the east.
My office is just back there.
I'm not here to collect postcards, Percival. What are you doing?
Say hello to Comrade Bremovich for me.
On the other side, a Russian agent is shown in East Berlin, and he had learned about the party that took place the previous night, and that someone from West Berlin, possibly an agent like David, was present there. To find out the truth, he captures all the people who attended the party and starts killing them, asking if anyone knows about that West Berlin agent. However, none of them know anything about David, as everyone was just enjoying the party and was not aware of his identity. Meanwhile, the people of Berlin are becoming more and more restless as they strongly want the Berlin Wall to fall so that East and West Berlin can become one again. At the same time, we are introduced to another agent named Delphine, who is a French spy, and when Lorraine arrives at the airport, Delphine secretly takes her photographs, showing that Lorraine is already being watched. Lorraine is now in her apartment when she suddenly realizes that someone has entered her home.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm impressed. You've got some balls breaking in here.
You should see my balls, then you'd be really impressed.
I'll take your word for it.
They won't release the body now till they've investigated that red tape nightmare.
What do you know about this woman who's been following me since Templehof?
You know, if I was to follow you, you'd never know. There's an act to it, isn't there? It's like walking a tightrope or playing the bagpipes. You can either do it or you can't.
You realize you were late to the party.
But the list wasn't our only problem. Before I left, you told me one last thing. This is exactly why I didn't want the CIA present. Spyglass revealed that this list would expose a double agent by the name of Satchel.
We expose this bastard, and we'll hang him for treason.
Percival and I seem to have a different definition for collaboration. He was the only one who knew I was going to Gascoigne's apartment. If I knew he was going to call the police, I would have worn a different outfit.
Different outfit?
Popular opinion has it that the communists' claim to leadership can't be upheld much longer. It's not just new faces that are called for, but perhaps a complete demolition of the wall.
Let me take your coat.
What have you found on Bacton?
I have to wait for him to make his move. So what did you find in Gascoigne's apartment?
Deutsche marks, travel visas, and a picture of the two of you together a few years back.
Did I not mention that we were friends?
No.
No, I must have forgot to. Got to know that I'm the only man in this town that can help me get that list.
I trust you about as far as I can throw you. If Percival was telling the truth about Bacton, I needed to figure out what the Russians knew.
After this, Lorraine leaves and goes back to the watchmaker, and this time her watch is ready, which likely has some hidden purpose for communication. At the same time, David is secretly listening and keeping track of Lorraine's actions, and he also finds out that she went to meet the watchmaker, and this shows that David is watching her closely and hiding things from her. After getting the watch, Lorraine receives information about an MI6 agent who is living in East Berlin, and that agent asks her to meet at a hotel, so Lorraine follows the instructions and goes toward the border. At the checkpoint, she shows her passport and lies by saying that she is James's lawyer and has come to collect his dead body, so she needs permission to enter East Berlin, and the officer believes her and lets her pass. But Lorraine realizes that she is being followed, so she tries to escape. She runs into a theater to hide, but the agents continue chasing her.
You are late?
Are you sure this is the best place to meet?
Keep your enemies close.
The watchmaker says there's been great interest in this list on the black market the last few days.
Any sign of Bacton?
No, this Satchel character has people worried on both sides of the wall. There's a lot of dissatisfied youth on this side of the wall.
Keep talking.
I'm interested in selling a watch filled with secrets. Bacton is open for business.
I didn't think that you would show. I've been dying to ask you a question.
Let's go someplace quiet. Why the gun?
I know who you are. You're Lorraine Broughton, MI6, and you're here because of the death of Gascoigne.
What do you know about Gascoigne?
Whatever's in that list has people willing to kill for it. It's my first assignment with the French intelligence.
You should have become a poet.
So you made contact with the French operative?
Obviously. I believe she had information I could exploit. Nothing more.
Did you have any information, Lorraine?
There is something I need to tell you. It has to do with your friend, Percival.
Maybe you're not as good at this spy.
Now give me that list.
We were several days into a mission without a single lead and plenty of distractions. We had to be reminded of the course at hand.
Oh, I received your message.
70 miles of barbed wire, 310 guard towers, 65 anti-vehicle trenches, 40,000 Soviet-trained, heavily armed frontier troops.
You've got the MI6 word. They're called the CIA to talk sense into you. I don't have to remind you of how fast the clock is ticking. If this thing gets out, a lot of good, hardworking folks, brave men and women, are going to show up dead. You and I included. I swear to God, the last few weeks, I dread even waking up in the morning. So I'll cut to the chase. Last night, you met a woman. Delphine LaSalle is out of her depth. Given the climate, I'd hate to see an executive order come down the line that falls in her disinterest. Hope you get a snapshot. Next week, this will be a whole different picture.
David takes the list home and studies it carefully, and now he knows all the names of the agents and who is active in Berlin. Then, David meets Lorraine and tells her that they must find Spyglass because he knows the entire list, and he convinces her that the only way to get the information is to safely bring Spyglass from East Berlin to West Berlin. And Lorraine does not fully trust David anymore, but she has no other option, so she agrees to follow his plan.
You brought a lot of friends?
I heard Beckton had a little accident.
I heard he slipped and fell on an ice pick. We've been in the trenches long enough to know that at times like this, Berlin has its own set of rules. I can give you information that will keep the balance. Now, are you in or out?
They prepare a mission and travel through a tunnel to East Berlin, and the plan is to rescue Spyglass and bring him safely back. And when they meet Spyglass, he tells them something very important. He says that he has memorized the list and even knows who the traitor Satchel is. And he also says that many people want to kill him, and he is not sure if he will survive. But Lorraine promises that she will try her best to get him out safely. At the same time, the city of Berlin is becoming more intense as people are protesting heavily and are determined to break the wall and reunite East and West Berlin. And Lorraine and Spyglass plan to escape by mixing into this large crowd and crossing over to West Berlin during the chaos. Meanwhile, David takes responsibility for moving Spyglass's family separately, and as both groups start moving, it is shown that the KGB agents have now learned about Spyglass and his escape plan. And this makes the situation even more dangerous as enemies are now actively trying to stop them before they can succeed. The KGB quickly prepares their men and gives strict orders that the moment Spyglass is seen, he must be shot and killed immediately.
Stay low. I need to deal with this now, or we'll never get across.
I don't want to die.
You're not going to die.
Suka!
Stop that bleeding.
I understand everything. You made your plan. You failed to get the high-value asset safely across to the west.
You had your doubts about Percival, and you used me to shake him down.
Ready when you are.
It's me. He's dead. Spyglass is dead. The KGB knew everything. I need to get across.
Well, I expected more out of the Brits.
I know, we're sorry. I know, wait, you lot don't have your own private Stasi agent, do you?
We need to get with Broughton, get on the same page. We need that list.
Women are always getting in the way of progress, aren't they?
And now she starts putting everything together and realizes something shocking, and she discovers that David has been spying on her the entire time, as he had placed hidden microphones everywhere in her room and was tracking her every move. And this means he always knew what she was doing and where she was going. Then the biggest truth is revealed, and Lorraine understands that the mysterious traitor Satchel, whom her boss had warned her about, is actually David himself. David was secretly working both sides, as he was passing information from one side to another, manipulating everyone for his own benefit. And this explains why things kept going wrong, and why enemies always seemed to be one step ahead. After learning this, Lorraine goes to meet Delphine.
Sorry, darling.
This will be one of Berlin's most dramatic days.
There's only one question left to ask. Who won? In our line of work, that's right up there with black holes, or to be or not to be. You fight the good fight, and then one day you wake up and you realize that all you were was Satan's little helper. Ironic. The news will tell them there will be no more secrets. But you and I, we both know that's not true. The world is run on secrets. Whoever has that list has power, and without it, you're just another target. So what have I learned after all this time? Lying to friends, lovers, myself, playing this crooked game in this crooked town filled with backstabbers and four-faced liars. I'll tell you what I've learned. One thing, and one thing only. I love Berlin!
You didn't have to kill her. You gave Bremovich the details of the plan. You wanted the KGB to take me out.
If those KGB pricks had done their part, I'd be on my way to a hand job with the Queen by now. I've read that list, Lorraine, and you feature heavily. Turns out you've been a very naughty girl.
Where's the list?
It's en route to MI6, where it belongs.
Are you going to lie to the very end?
People like us don't know the difference.
Oh, we know the difference, David. We choose to ignore it. Isn't that right, Comrade Satchel?
Well played. You killed David Percival. You killed our head of station, an officer of the Crown. You'd better have hard proof and a damn.
Who are you to judge my actions?
I'm your superior.
This was never about stopping the war. It was about saving your ass. I uncovered your traitor, Satchel.
Eric tries to push her for answers about the list, but Lorraine refuses and says she does not know anything about it. And at this point, the boss steps in and stops the whole debriefing. He decides to erase the recording of the meeting, meaning officially it will be as if this conversation never happened. And then he removes Lorraine from active duty and puts her on leave. Lorraine goes to Paris to meet Bremovich, and during their meeting, he calls her Comrade Satchel, which reveals a huge truth. And it means Lorraine herself is the secret double agent that everyone has been searching for all along, and she has been working secretly and hiding her real identity.
I never worked for you. You worked for me.
Let's go home.
Let's go home. I'm glad it was convincing.
I hope you guys enjoyed the recap, and if you did, then be sure to check out other awesome movies and series on the channel. And as always,
Say hello to Comrade Bremovich for me.